AP Psychology students, we're at not a Zoom meeting for week 19 because there's a holiday today. So, well, not today, but when Monday comes around for week 19, it's January 19th this week, and that is a U.S. holiday. So we won't be meeting, so I'm going to have a video here. It's not going to be too long. I should say week 19 video. Okay, now we're accurate. All right, so we're going to just real quick run through what you got going on this week because we are finishing College Board Unit 3 this week. I want to quickly talk about imaginary audience because it's a term that comes up a lot. And then you're going to do a discussion online with your classmates on modern life and adolescence. Did we create adolescence, or is it something that really exists? And then I put some more practice questions on the College Board just to get you reviewing what you did last week and looking at some terms that come up from this week. So I picked this today because my children are slowly coming into adolescence. So my oldest is 15 clearly, or going to be 15 in March, clearly in adolescence. My son is 13, so at the beginning. My daughter I have a 10 and my other daughter 8, so they're coming in, and I see this, right? The day the child realizes all adults are imperfect, he becomes an adolescent. My two oldest are quite critical of how I do things, right? The day he forgives them, he becomes an adult. I remember when this happened to me very clearly. I had a lot of judgments of my parents, and then those all kind of faded away. And I'm still working on the last one. The day he forgives himself, he becomes wise. Obviously, we could mix he and she here. It doesn't matter. But as we come to really accept ourselves, I do think that's where wisdom comes from. So I encourage you to reflect upon that and see if you don't feel it to be a bit true, although you're at the beginning, so you can't quite get to the end. All right, the work for this week, let's just quickly go through that. So there's this video assignment, there's a discussion. I marked the due date for the discussion as the end of the week because it'll give you time to work on it. And then you're going to look at adolescence and adults and aging. These two go pretty quickly. There's a day for each one, but I think you could easily do that in one day. Hopefully you've been working on your lifespan development project all throughout, so that won't take too much additional time. You're just kind of wrapping it up this week. You have a College Board progress check and a unit assessment. Remember, we really, really hope you can give a day between these two. Give me time to look at your progress check, give yourself time to review, and then take the unit assessment. Remember, if you don't finish by Sunday, to send me an email, including your parents in the email, and letting me know when you'll be done with week 19's work. Don't forget, both week 17, 18, and you can see here in 19, there's extra practice if you feel you need it. So I put lots of extra practice in there. All right, so that's what we got going on this week. If you have questions, as always, send them to me. All right, so quickly, imaginary audience. I imagine that you're in the middle of this, that if you were the person standing here in the foreground and two people were speaking behind you, there would be an immediate assumption that they're talking about you, right? Or when you walk in a room, you really feel like everybody is kind of watching you, and there's this huge amount of chatter going on in your brain about what others are thinking. And I remember I was about 22 when that just stopped. And I had time where there was quiet in my mind, and it felt I was very relieved when the constant thinking that other people were watching me was gone, right? And so that you'll know it does end. And this is a feature of adolescence, is that they call it imaginary audience, and that we feel like we are being watched by others. And we're always kind of thinking about what other people might be saying about us. So just so you got the term down and that you know it ends, because I know for me it was a great relief when it ended. All right, so the discussion this week that's posted is, has modern life created adolescence? And we're going to do this like we did for the Socratic seminar, but it's not as much time and research. I'm not asking you to spend more than about 45 minutes on this, maybe even a half an hour. We'll do it in groups of 5 like we did last time. So the first person, and I did I did put these directions here so you can see them as well. So the first person of 5 is going to start with their thesis, right? So they're going to answer the question, right? Has modern life created adolescence? Yes or no, and kind of why. And then the next 4 students are going to use the agreeing, disagreeing, clarifying, paraphrasing claims, statements to support, argue, defend that thesis. All right, and then after 5 people come to this, then they're going to start the next group, and each person should make 2 contributions. So even the person who started it should come back and make another agreement, disagreement, clarifying, or building, paraphrasing the claim. You could also ask questions, right? That's always an option. Make sure you share your resources that you used. Again, please make sure that you're doing this without, I don't really want to know what an AI says the answer is. There's no right or wrong answer here. I'm just interested in you formulating your opinions and discussing the topic. I hope you're interested in it. I hope I picked an interesting topic to discuss, and that you'll learn quite a bit about adolescence by doing this discussion. All right, so that is the discussion. And the last thing you need to do for this week is go to the College Board, look for this quiz, week 19, Social and Moral Development Review Quiz. I also put some stuff from week 18 in there, any kind of questions I thought or think I didn't get in yet. I tried to get everything in there. Also, I threw in more practice with the research methods questions because I think those should be easy points for us to get. So to this, there's not many notes to upload for, I'm not asking really for any notes for week 19. Just upload an image of your College Board results and then work on the discussion. That finishes Monday. And like I said, these 2 things are very quick. So if you took the holiday, you should easily be able to get caught up. All right, keep sending me your questions and concerns. Thanks for your attention. Have a great day.